When most people say tea, they could mean almost anything: green tea, black tea, chamomile, mint, matcha, even fruit infusions. But here's the surprising part. Not everything we call tea is actually tea in the strict sense. In this video, we're going to clear that up in a simple way. What tea really is, why so many teas come from the same plant, and how tea became one of the most diverse drinks in the world. A lot of people assume green tea, black tea, oolong, and white tea come from completely different plants. That sounds logical, because they taste so different, but in most cases, they actually come from the same plant, Camellia sinensis. That means tea is a little like wine. You can start with one agricultural source, then create very different results depending on how it is grown, handled, processed, and prepared. When tea professionals talk about true tea, they usually mean beverages made from the leaves of Camellia sinensis. That includes green tea, black tea, oolong, white tea, and commonly pur or other dark teas in broader tea classification systems. By contrast, drinks like chamomile tea, peppermint tea, rooibos tea, or ginger tea may be delicious, but they are usually herbal infusions, often called tisanes, not true tea. In everyday language, people still call them tea, and that's fine socially, but it helps to know the difference. Why teas from one plant taste so different? So if they come from the same plant, why do they taste so different? The short answer is processing. Differences in oxidation, heating, rolling, drying, aging, and leaf style can dramatically change the final cup. Green tea is usually processed to preserve a fresher, greener character. Black tea is more oxidized, which creates deeper, darker, often maltier or fuller flavors. Oolong sits across a broad middle range, and white tea is usually handled more gently. This is one of the most important beginner ideas in tea. Tea type is not just about the plant. It is about what happens to the leaf after harvest. Now let's connect this to matcha, because matcha is often misunderstood too. Matcha is not just green tea powder in a casual sense. It is a specific form of green tea made from specially grown and processed leaves that are later ground into a fine powder. That is why matcha often feels richer, thicker, and more intense than a normal brewed green tea. You are not simply steeping leaves and discarding them. You are consuming the powdered leaf itself. If you are new to tea, that makes matcha a very interesting entry point. It is modern, visual, easy to feature in cafe culture, and strongly tied to current wellness and focus-oriented drinking habits. For many people, tea used to seem old-fashioned, ceremonial, or hard to understand, but today, tea is being rediscovered in a very different way, as a daily ritual, a calmer energy source, a flavor experience, and even a lifestyle choice. That is one reason tea matters again now. It can be simple enough for everyday use, but deep enough to keep exploring for years. Whether you care about taste, caffeine, routine, culture, or wellness, tea gives you many ways in. If you are just starting out, here is the easiest framework to remember. First, ask, is this true tea from Camellia sinensis, or is it an herbal infusion? Second, if it is true tea, ask what style it is: green, black, white, oolong, pra, or another category. Third, ask how it was processed, because that shapes much of the flavor and feel. Once you understand those three ideas, tea becomes much less confusing. You stop seeing tea as one vague category, and start seeing it as a whole family of drinks built from leaf-type craft and preparation. This also helps you become a better buyer. Instead of choosing tea based only on packaging or trend, you can start asking smarter questions. What kind of tea is this? Is it blended or single origin? Is it loose leaf, bagged, or powdered? What kind of experience is it meant to give? That shift matters because modern tea is not just about tradition anymore. It now sits across wellness, cafe menus, home rituals, gifting, and functional beverage habits. So clarity helps people choose what actually fits their lives. So what is tea, really? At its core, true tea comes from one plant, Camellia sinensis, and its incredible diversity comes largely from how the leaf is processed. That single idea makes the whole tea world much easier to understand. If you want to understand modern tea without the confusion, subscribe to this channel. And in the next video, we'll answer one of the most common beginner questions: what's the real difference between matcha and green tea?